In our last video, we spoke about effective change, and we understood that change is a constant in life and in any business or organizational environment. Another thing that's a constant in our lives and in our business environments are problems. I'm going to discuss today an effective, time-tested, data-driven approach to solving business problems. It all starts with being able to define that problem. In this dimension, or in this phase of problem solving, we would write a problem statement which describes the problem. In this phase, we have to be sure to understand and to state how long a particular business problem has been occurring. We also have to state and to understand and be aligned on where that problem occurs, which process, which delivery mechanism, which department. We also have to state, using the available information, the impact of that problem on our customers and our organization and how it affects our profitability. This is the problem statement. Another very important aspect of the define phase is the business case. A 4 to 6 sentence statement which creates a sense of urgency. And a typical business case could be written as such. For example, if organization XYZ does not fix this particular problem at this time, they stand to lose considerable market share and profitability. So the business case creates a sense of urgency. The business case also creates a rationale for solving this problem and spending the necessary resources to deploy a project to fix this problem. Also, in the define phase of problem solving, we will document the scope of the problem, the boundaries, which processes are involved, which are the start points, and which are the stop points of that process. So this way, a project team or process improvement team or problem solving team could stay focused on the work at hand. Then we go into the measure phase of effective problem solving. In the measure phase, we would determine, using available data or through a data collection process, we would determine the gap related to the specifications that a product or service is supposed to operate at. So for example, if an organization has a checkout process where people pay for their goods or services, and the standard is supposed to be, let's say, 40 seconds. And if the average current performance is 50 seconds, then there's a 10-second gap. It will be wise to determine what percentage of checkouts are above 40 seconds or above the standard. In this case, there will be what we call, in the quality world, non-conformities. And those have to be addressed. Once we have prudent data on current performance relative to the gap, then the next phase of effective problem solving will be the analyze phase, where we would a project team would hone in on the root causes that drive that gap. This way, the next phase would be effectively executed. And the next phase of effective problem solving is the improve phase. So we would look at the gap, we would have understood the root causes of that gap, and this way we could deploy very laser-focused, effective solutions to address that gap. We would have dealt with the problem at the root level. How many times in business and life, we apply what we call band-aids. We put a temporary fix, it works for a while, then to find out that a few days or few weeks later, the problem rises again. And sometimes the problems come back at a greater magnitude. This is because we did not determine what the root causes were, and we did not deploy and formulate solutions that would have dealt with the problem at the root cause level. And then the final phase of effective problem solving is what we call the control phase. In the control phase, we would document a well-written, simple control plan. And the purpose of the control plan is to train the process owners or the people who, or the employees who are responsible for executing that improved process. And the anatomy of a good control plan would state the proper measurements. It will also state how often we would collect data to see how the current and the new and improved process is performing. We will also determine who is responsible and what methods of response or what methods of action they would take if there is some slippage in performance. And the last item in the control phase is to celebrate, to reward and recognize all those who were supportive of the problem-solving initiative. So we define the problem, we measure the magnitude of the problem, then we determine the root causes of the problem, that's the analyze phase, then we deploy effective solutions to deal with those root causes. And finally, we go through the control phase with a well-documented control plan. And finally, we celebrate and we reward and recognize all those who supported the initiative. It is very important to understand that people support what they help build. So one caveat in effective problem solving is to involve all key stakeholders, all those who are involved in the process, early and continuously through the 5 phases. If you need help with effective problem solving, our team of experts will be more than happy to assist you. Please click on the link below or give us a call at the number stated below.
ITV, Call of Peace, Save Humanity.